welcome to the garage again. This is going to be the last instalment of the Petrol Head series, What Makes Me a Petrol Head. And in this episode I'm going to run through every single car, not in any specific order, that I've owned since I was 7 years old up until now. It's going to include absolutely every single vehicle I've owned, whether they've been on the road, whether they've been cars, competition bikes, road bikes, dirt bikes, quad bikes, buggies, everything. So sit back, enjoy. So here we go. We will start with number one. Well, like I said in the introduction, there is no order to these cars except that they're in manufacturer's group order. It was too rude to talk over the Quattro. The second car, a 1.6 GTI Scirocco Mark II, which turned out to be an ex-Brands Hatch race school car. Well, here's the Morris Marina that started life as a 1.3 that I put a 1.8 TC engine into. Crap car, but it was reliable. Minivan, had that for a couple of years. Amazing what you can get in one of these. About 6 people in the back and loads of junk. MG Maestro, that ended up going up in flames. Real shame, it was a really good car. Maestro vans, I did probably 250,000 miles in my Maestro diesel van. I used it every day, absolutely brilliant, never let me down, rotted away. Bought the 4-track or the sport track with a blown up engine, ripped an engine out of a charade in a scrapyard and threw that in. Great car. 1.6 diesel Fiesta, best Ford I've ever owned. That Mark II diesel van was brilliant. 1800, no, never again. More trouble than it was worth, that 1.8 diesel van. This Senator was an ex-police car. They used to use it for motorway patrols. Nova, good car, but pretty boring. Vivaro van, another works van. It's 100,000 miles. Now, I've got a soft spot for these Hillmans, especially the one I owned. Mine was a 998 Imperali, fully restored. It was a 6-month restoration. 998, twin 40 Webers. Went like stink. Great little car. This was a reliable car, but totally and utterly boring. Now this was a good car. 2 litre GT Primera. Really, really quick, well handling car. These things were a sheep in wolf's clothing. They were something else, these Saab turbos. So nice to drive. This thing never once let me down. It was a brilliant car. Absolutely awesome little car that was. This would go places you couldn't get a Land Rover. Brilliant little 4x4s, the SJ410s. And this thing, oh, you could call it a miniature Subaru Impreza. Really rare car nowadays. Now we're on to the Toyotas. Best cars I've ever owned. Bought that one at 6 months old, 1.3 SRTTE. 2004 T Sport, that was brill. First hybrid, 2006 Prius. That got me into hybrids. That was my first Yaris hybrid. And there's my 2016 Yaris hybrid.